And Stuka Joe here at the 6th BellotaCon, January 29th. This is the last day of the BellotaCon, and we're gonna show you another game that is under development. This time it is by Bellica 3rd generation, and to show us the game we have none other than Paco Ronco. And so let's give Paco the welcome. Paco, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Well, a little bit tired.
Yes, it's been very intense gaming sessions here at the BellotaCon. And here we have a game that it's an interesting topic. Not a lot of games being on this topic. So I want you to tell us first, what's the name of this game that we're seeing here?
The name is Napoleon Iberian Ulcer.
Okay, and let me put the camera here on the map. So here you see the map. It's Napoleon's Iberian Ulcer.
Ulcer.
And the game is about what particular conflict here?
The war against Napoleon in Portugal and Spain from 1808 till 1813.
Okay, so it covers the whole, what you call War of Independence, or in some places they call the Peninsular War.
Yes.
From 1808 to 1813.
13.
Okay, great. So you have the whole conflict here. And of course, people are looking at this, and it is a block game, right?
Yes, it's a block game.
It is a block game.
A card-driven block game.
Card-driven block game. So there you have two elements of uncertainty, card-driven and block game. For how many players?
For 2 players.
For 2 players. Okay, so you have 2 players. And in this particular game, what is the unit scale? The blocks represent what?
Divisions.
Okay. So does it have also, well, it's a card-driven game. Do you have leadership represented in the game? Leaders or?
Yes, we have different blocks.
Yes.
And you can see there's cavalry, infantry, and some blocks have a name, the name of a leader.
Okay.
Dupont, Soult, Masséna.
So you got leader blocks and unit blocks.
Yes.
Okay. And in this game, how are units activated? Or you want to? ¿Cómo se activan las unidades?
Yes. Okay. By playing cards. I don't understand fully.
Okay, no, you're doing a great job.
You have activity points.
Okay.
And you can activate units for moving independently up to 2.
Okay.
And if you want to move more than 2 units at once,
yes,
you have to activate and show a leader. Leaders have stars.
Okay, so if you want to move more than 2 units at once,
yes,
you have to use a leader.
Yeah.
So,
the number of stars.
Oh, you have to reveal the leader?
Yes.
Ah, so it has a price. Okay.
You have to reveal.
And let me see here. This has, the leaders has some stars there. Okay, Dupont has 2 stars.
Yes.
Okay.
So Dupont can activate up to 6 blocks.
Up to 6 blocks. It's 3 per stars.
Yes.
Per each star. Okay.
Not properly, because the leaders with just 1 star, yes, activate up to 4.
Up to 4. Okay.
2, 6, and 3,
2 up
8.
to 6 and 3 up to 8. Okay. So that's what the leaders do. So when you reveal your leader, well, the opponent knows where your leader is.
Yes.
So that's one of the decisions you have to make in the game if you want to concentrate your forces and move them all together, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in the game, the cards, let's take a look at, I have a typical card here, and I see, for example, the 2 in the corner, is that what is like the action points?
The action points.
Okay. And I see that the cards have, like, the first half, the top half is in red, the bottom half is in blue.
Yes, because this game has only 1 deck of cards.
Oh, okay.
So it's a common deck for both sides.
Oh,
and each card has events for both sides.
Oh, okay.
So you will always be able to play the events in the hand you have.
Okay, so if I'm the Spanish player in this card, I play the
upper.
I play with the upper hand.
Yes.
And this one has a 2-point value, so I can play it to activate units, right?
Yes.
And leaders, but there's also there's also an event associated to the card. This one is reaction. There's 2 skulls here,
There are three types of events.
Three types of events, okay?
Tacticals, reactions, and normal events.
Ah,
And
okay.
many normal events, like this one, cause you to play some action points from the cards.
Okay, so normal events force you to spend some of the action points in the cards.
If you want to play him, you don't
If
have
you want to play the
have
event,
to.
otherwise you can play the points. So
Yes.
this one, you would have to spend two action points from the card
Yes,
to trigger that event. Okay. And you have action points for the event, action points for reaction here. Yeah, I mean, this is for reaction.
tactical,
Tactical is this one.
combat.
And you have combat events. So where's the combat event in this one?
This one,
Oh, this one here. Oh,
reaction combat.
oh, okay. You got reaction and combat. Okay. So you play those. You play that event only in combat.
Yes,
Okay.
and reaction and combat events usually force you to draw another card.
Okay. So when you have a reaction or a combat event, you have to draw another card.
To
And
fill the place in your hand.
Oh, to fill that card space in your hand.
Yes,
oh, I see.
the space.
I see. Okay. And what is the hand size
8.
for each player has
You,
8?
you draw 8 cards
Yes.
and will play 7 rounds per year.
Okay, so you have 8 cards and you will play in 7 rounds. Here you have the round track, right? Okay, that's the round track that you see there. And so I need you to do this again because it's got deactivated. Can you do the hand sign so that we can see? There you are. Okay, now we're back. We got Paco in the insert. Okay, so let me see this track over here. You have the round track,
Yes,
and you also have, for example, the turn record track there.
Yes.
Well, how many turns in the game?
6.
6 turns. So can you play this game in one sitting?
No, maybe 2.
2 sittings.
2.
Okay, so each turn is pretty involved then.
Yes,
And you got a replacement point and victory point track, and Spanish political status track.
Yes.
What's that about?
because the game is not only military. You
Yes.
are not going only to move blocks and battle.
Okay.
The game is about the whole war, and the war has
okay.
very layers, very different aspects. One of these is the inner Spanish political situation.
So let's see the situation here in the political track, what the boxes are. You have the local juntas and provincial deployment, no allied collaboration. So that's the effect.
Yes.
And then that can change to the next box.
Yes, the coalition player have to play cards to
Yes.
spend action points to change, and also have to fulfill some conditions on the board.
Okay, and the 4 is what? The amount of action points
Yes.
in order to fulfill in addition to the other
Yes,
conditions?
that
Okay.
must be spent at once.
At
You
once.
cannot make it piecemeal.
Okay. And here you have the Supreme Junta, Madrid occupied by SPs, or after victory point goes from, what's that? Goes from,
Whoa, I cannot
I can't see it.
I cannot read it.
It goes to,
Okay.
apparently it goes into French control, or so, well, SO advances to FR advance. Okay. And then you have Constitutional Cortes,
Yes.
and you receive some British limited support. And then finally you got the Allied Generalissimo, and you have Wellington there, so now you have British total support.
Yes.
So you have all these diplomatic events reflected in the game through that diplomacy, you call it what, the political track.
And also a British commitment track.
Oh, there's a British commitment track
Yes,
also.
because the British government has its own goals in this war.
Okay, I see.
So there's
Retire
only
from- yeah.
one coalition player,
Yes.
but the coalition player has to manage that difficult relationship
Yes.
between British government and Spanish government.
Oh, I see. So you have they can go from retire from Portugal, defend Portugal, limited British support, and total British support.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, where are the British are represented in the game? What are the British blocks?
The British bloc, here, the red one,
Okay, the red ones are
and
the
the
British.
white ones on red blocks, the white labels on red are Portuguese troops.
Oh, those are, you got the Portuguese, which have the white background. The British have the red background. And the Spanish units are the ones with the...
White, but they have different colors because Spain is divided in 3 regions.
Okay,
White,
Spain is divided.
yellow, green, to show the uncoordinate.
Oh, okay, their efforts are, they are uncoordinated.
Yeah,
So you have different Spanish factions.
yes.
So they all operate, they can't attack together.
No,
different
no,
factions.
they recruit separately,
Oh, they
and
recruit
it's very
separately.
difficult to amass armies. So you
Okay.
have to move the political track to coordinate the Spanish resistance.
Okay, so the political track has an impact on how Spanish units can be,
Yes,
can be
both
coordinated.
tracks.
Both tracks. So, okay, interesting. And in a typical turn, is there a sequence of play?
Yes, the first phase
Yes.
is a replacement and administrative phase.
Yes,
As we have yearly turns,
yes.
you prepare your army. So you recruit troops, refill casualties, and prepare. That's
Okay.
a common phase at the beginning of the turn.
Call it the administrative phase.
Yes,
Okay.
administrative and replacement phase.
Okay, and next is what?
Then you draw 8 cards, and then you play 7 action rounds.
Okay.
After the action rounds, you have to check if something have changed at the end phase, because one can play. You can win any turn.
So you can win at any time.
Yeah,
And you win by victory.
by having victory points.
Okay.
The coalition player
Yes.
is the only one that accrue the points. So if the
yes,
coalition player has 6 victory points at the end,
of turn 1.
French won.
Okay.
If they accrue 13 victory points, they won.
Okay, I see.
And victory points are accrued by having the popular assistance, the popular stance on positive.
The populace on your side.
Yes.
So the
Bueno, lo veremos.
okay. So how is that reflected, having the populace on
Because
your side?
each region
Yes.
is divided in provinces. Valencia, Murcia, Aragon, Catalonia. Okay? So we have a marker to show that the people, the Spanish people, is rebellious and patriot against the French, or that they accept the new government.
Okay, got it.
So they don't accept the new government, they give victory point to the coalition player.
Okay, so in this example here, you see Valencia has a red marker there.
Red marker. So it gives 1 victory point to the coalition player.
Coalition players. So that is still under they don't accept the French government
Yes.
in Valencia. But you see over there, Barcelona, they do.
Yes, Catalonia is French occupied.
Well, it's controlled by the French.
Yes,
Okay.
but it's not only control like in other war games. You control the space.
Yeah.
You have to win
You
the
have to
popular support.
win the hearts and minds
The hearts and minds, yes.
of the populace.
In this game, you have to win the hearts and minds as French, because French were very cruel with the Spanish people
And
in
how
reality.
how do you win the hearts and minds? It's not only by occupying the
No,
area.
you can make it in several ways.
Okay.
You can destroy the patriot forces and force by force of arms to accept the new government,
Yes.
or you can obtain the superiority in a given province and spend activity points, action
Okay,
points,
action points.
to try to appease the people.
So it's not a given thing. Do you have to roll dice in any way?
Yes,
in order
you
to
can
see?
do it by force of arms, that is automatically.
Okay.
Bond with the force and try to appease better.
Okay, so there's 2 ways. And
Yes.
If you go by the forceful way, how do you achieve gaining the hearts and minds of the people? By destroying the opposing forces, or how is it?
If you want to conquer by the forceful way, you have to control the capital
Okay.
and there is no enemy coalition blocks on the province.
Okay, so it's
So at the end of a round, you have to check it round after round during a year. At the end of the round, you check, and if you are in this position, Catalonia began that way.
yes.
At the end of the round, in this position, Catalonia goes. The
for the French.
patriots want to retake. They have to retake the capital
Yes.
and expel the enemies. Or, in the case of Spanish, if the Spanish won a battle, just won the battle.
Then the populace
People's
turns in their
rights.
favor.
People's rights.
Okay, so it's
So
hard.
the-
It's really it's hard for the French because the Spanish, just by winning a battle, they can overturn that populace favor mark.
Yes, it's not easy. Of course, the game is very green. It's in development,
Oh, yes,
but in
yes.
early development.
It's in development, and I think we didn't mention who the designer is.
Rasmus Larsen, a Danish man.
Rasmus Larsen. Okay, he's a Dane. So, okay, so this is a game that you're gonna publish through your company, Bellica
Yes,
Third
Bellica,
Generation,
Bellica.
because
It's going to publish.
people also know you by von Manstein's Triumph, which is published by NAC. But
Yes.
Paco, he's president of Bellica Third Generation,
Yes.
and so this is a game that will be published. So right now it's in the development stage. All this is prototype materials, obviously. So we're gonna keep a close eye on the game because it's on a topic that is not a lot of games. There's a game by GMT, which is Wellington,
Yes.
but it
Pacific.
starts in 1810.
10.
So it's just basically half of the conflict.
Yes, many games made by Englishmen, English-speaking people
Yes.
left out of the war the Spanish phase,
phase where-
1808, 1809,
So
because
here-
they focus on Wellington
Of course.
and on the British
Yeah.
winning the war against the French. But this game is not only about the war between French and British. It is also the war between Spanish on the French side and on the Patriot side. And the
Oh, you got Spanish units on the Patriot side also.
yes, on the British, on the French.
You got on the French side.
Yes.
There's also
The French
yes.
can accrue replacement points
Oh, okay.
from Madrid and Andalusia,
Oh, okay.
where there were a lot of afrancesados, a lot
Oh,
of.
well, that's a pro-French.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
they saw the new monarchy as a new hope.
I see. So that's and that is how that represented in the game. You get replacement points, which come from those afrancesados.
Yes, and also events. There are events that allow you to reflect that civil tension amongst the
Okay.
Spanish.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So Paco, any other information you want to give us about the game?
Well, it's a block game, but it's not a classical block game. Okay, you don't roll for hit, no something like this. We have a very simple
Oh,
but
yes.
very different combat system.
We haven't talked about the combat system.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Yes.
also we have said we have combat events, so
Okay.
you can play combat events to influence the battle. And in a simple way, the combat is resolved in that way. Defender is the one standing, and
Yes.
if you have a leader, you have to reveal the leader.
You have to reveal the leader.
Oh, there's a leader here.
He's there.
Yes, they are a leader. And then you can reveal blocks up to his command value. His command value is 4. So if you have
A leader with a command value of 4, you can reveal 4 blocks.
4 blocks,
4 units.
4 units. So this one will fight. This one not.
Okay, so if the leader is only a 2, it's only 2 units.
Yes. If you don't have leaders, only 2 units.
Okay.
And this one will remain outside the battle. If the main line of battle is destroyed, they will suffer
Yeah,
more casualties.
So they can only suffer casualties. They can't join in the battle or contribute anything.
Yes. Then the attacking side do the same. Napoleon has 3 stars.
Okay. You see him. Okay, there he is. He's got 3 stars, yes.
So you can commit to the battle up to 8 blocks.
8 blocks, okay. So if it's 2 stars, it's up to 6.
6,
3 stars up to 8.
8, 2 stars up to 4.
And are there 1 stars?
1 star up to 4.
On 1 star?
1 quarter.
Just up to 4.
Cuatro.
4, 6, 8. Okay, depending on
Siege
the number of
train
stars.
only is useful in sieges, of course.
Okay, this is used in sieges.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we're here. Okay, we got it.
So you sum up the strength value
Okay.
of both sides, and each side is going to achieve a total combat value
Okay.
based on modifiers, and you roll 2 dice
Okay, that's the random
and
element.
add to your value
Each side rolls 2 dice.
for himself.
Okay.
If you roll a double,
Yes.
you add a 3rd die.
Okay, then you
And
roll a
sum up
3rd
all.
die, and you add them all. So
Yes.
that can be, you can have an unexpected result.
Uh,
A side that you think is going to lose suddenly
Yes.
rolls doubles.
Yes.
And doubles is 16.6%
yes.
probable. So you can have a lot of surprises.
Yes, a lot of.
Yes. Okay. So it's a
So-
neat way of reflecting those battles in the Peninsular War, which
Yes.
like the French were very confident they were going to win, and suddenly they're retreating.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And the combat result is look for in a battle, in a combat table that we
Okay.
have, that gives you the number of hits you inflict on your opponent.
Okay.
After inflicting hits, you count the total strength points in the line of battle, and the side with the most combat strength points win the battle.
Okay. So it's not necessarily the side that caused the most hits.
No.
It's the side that has the most strength battle at the end of
Yes.
the round.
So we reflect that Spanish troops are less resilient than French regulars,
Okay. Yes.
because Spanish troops have less steps or even
Oh, I
lose
see. This is
more
4,
rapidly.
then 2, then 1, and the
Yes.
French unit is 7,
7,
5,
5, 3, 1.
and 1. So
Okay, even there are a lot of French units that lose 1 by 1 the strength points.
oh, okay. See here. Let's see it here.
So we reflect the difference in the structure and endurance of both armies.
Okay, I see it here. See, I had the wrong camera on. Okay, so just to give an idea, these are the blocks that are in attack, and after you take out the hits, the side that has the most combat strength wins the battle.
Yeah.
Okay. See it here. Okay.
The game begins in May 1808,
Yes.
so we have those counters.
These are. Let me see what it says here.
To you.
I'll take it. Okay, uprising. Okay, so
Yes.
you start with the uprising.
You place them on several locations on the map
Yes.
at random. No player knows which are on the other side.
Oh, okay. So you place them
Because-
face down, and then
Yes,
the result is on the other side,
yes, on the other side.
and randomly. So not even the
Spanish.
player does.
No, no, no.
So
This
you're gonna
re-
have different results in different places.
Yes, and the
Okay.
uprisings reflect the turmoils that came after the 2 de Mayo events in Madrid.
Oh, I see.
That spring, the rebellion and the resistance against the French. So the French have to quench those rebellions,
Oh, the French player
but
has
they
to-
can have nasty surprises.
Yes, and you're gonna have different ways of starting the game each time because you're gonna have
Yes.
different results in different places.
Yes.
So that gives the game more replayability.
It's one of the main points in the initial turn, 1808.
Okay, tell me that nobody can see the screen for some reason. Okay, let me, because I see it here. Okay, let me see here. For some reason we had a glitch here now. Okay, can you tell me now if you can see the map, people? On the image on the bottom left, let me see. Seems that we had that problem yesterday. Let me do something very quick here. These are the pitfalls of live broadcasting. Happens all the time. Let me put this here and pull this out. And ahora vamos a ver. No sé por qué a veces pasan estas cosas, pero pasan.
Pasan.
Pasan, okay. Okay. Because I can see it fully here, but I don't see what you guys are seeing now. Let me wait a couple of seconds now. Can you see the full screen now? Or is it still small? Okay. Let me see. I'm moving the camera around the map. Is it? Okay, you still, for some reason they say you can see a small image. No tengo idea why that is happening. Okay. Pues aquí yo lo veo, aquí se ve bien. That's weird. So, well, we'll continue with the small image. Well, pues that's the way combat is resolved, and you win the game you stayed on victory points.
Yes, because the coalition player is the one accruing victory points.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay. So, so this is still in development. So next year we may see a more developed version of the game, I suppose, at the Bellota Con. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this game because I like the topic and I like the mechanics.
We have Basal module, so we are going to play test intensively the game.
We're going to play test it with the Basal module. So Paco, I want to thank you for being with us today. This is the last day of the Bellota Con, so you're going back home.
Yes.
Right? And we're going back home tomorrow. So Paco, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And thanks, guys, for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one, and I'll check out the technical problems, okay? So they'll maybe sort it out. So this is Stuka Joe signing off for now.